A Grand Rapids native and former Western Michigan Bronco, Marshawn Kneeland, has died at the age of 24 of an apparent suicide. The Dallas Cowboys announced his death this morning. He was in his second NFL season. An autopsy isn't complete yet, but police in Frisco, a suburb of Dallas, say it appears he died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound following a police chase Wednesday night. Officers found the car crashed on the highway. A man later identified as Kneeland had apparently run away from the scene, leading to a search. Officers learned that Kneeland had expressed suicidal thoughts. And later, just after 1:30 this morning, he was found dead. Kneeland graduated from Godwin's Heights and played for Western before being drafted by the Cowboys in 2024. His death has prompted a discussion about mental health awareness across the country and the importance of reaching out for help. We have Christy Buck, CEO of Mental Health Foundation of West Michigan, Be Nice, joining us for this conversation. Thank you for being here, Christy.
Thank you for having me.
You know, people may appear to be fine, like everything's okay, they're happy, but inside, you just never know what they're going through, right? And they're struggling inside.
No, and you know, this can be an end result to potentially an untreated mental health disorder, although there are reports that he has suffered in the past with mental illness. This was reported by his girlfriend. So we know that that's a risk factor right there for suicide. There could have been something else happening in his life, stress, we don't know right now, but those are some of the warning signs. A person that may already have a mental illness that's going untreated, or even treated, a person that may be involved in very stressful events in their life right now. You know, surprisingly so, he had an amazing game, and we all know that and recognize that as fans of anyone from Michigan. And I do want to extend a lot of sympathy out to the Godwin community along with those at Western Michigan. You know, it's a small community that we all are from, and this is going to be devastating. And I want to make sure, Amber, that people know that there are resources for people. If you yourself are feeling you need to talk to someone, you need more information, 988 is the crisis hotline, along with, we have a facilities here that you can connect with to talk to someone.
So if you do suspect someone is struggling, what are some things that you can do, say to that person to help them?
You got it. And right off the bat, and I love the Be Nice action plan, and we've been talking about it a lot over the past year, but that first step in the plan is to tell the person what you have noticed that has changed in their behavior. And most of all, if they're talking about suicide, talking about wanting to end their life, giving you a clue or warning that gut feeling that something isn't right, do not be afraid to ask that person, are you thinking of suicide? Opening up the conversation is not putting the idea in their head. It actually is allowing that person to express their feelings. If they say yes, continue with the conversation of, do you have a plan of how you would do this? And I'll tell you that over 50% of deaths by suicide are completed by someone who has a gun or access to a gun, the most lethal way to take your life. And so if we know that that person has a gun, we want to safely remove that. It may be asking the person, allow me to take this out of your house while we get you help and assistance. That's a really important thing, and I don't think that we talk enough about that, and I'm hoping that on our Mental Health Mondays, Amber will be able to talk more about that.
Yeah, real quickly though, you know, many people, they don't want to talk about mental health, right? We're making some improvements, but they don't want to talk about it. How do we get people to really start this conversation in their homes, right?
Right.
With their family members,
yes.
friends.
So talking about mental health is one big thing, because we all have it. We know we're thinking, acting, and feeling. It's mental health. Every day we're using it. But when we're faced with challenges in our life, and sometimes those come from things that are going on at home, at school, at work, in my professional life, we need to recognize changes in someone's behavior with these challenges that are going on. Those are risk factors for mental illness. Then we need to talk about the illness. And that means when somebody doesn't want to go to work, go to school, the changes in their patterns of how they go about their daily activities, and ultimately how they are engaging in relationships. Watch for those signs. Then, I've noticed these changes. Let me help you get help. And there are resources available, and they can connect with us at the Mental Health Foundation. We will lead you in a direction to get to those resources.
Christy Buck would Be Nice. Thank you so much for being here with us.
As always, thank you.